Houston Texans, you broke my heart. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom.
Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. Is that Denzel? Oh, it's me. You're right the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So, I was sitting back, getting ready to watch the 76ers, and before that, I was watching some of the Pro Bowl. All I gotta say is this. It is time to get rid of the Pro Bowl. It has to go, okay? These players aren't even tackling. They're not even trying. They're not even trying to pass rush. They're not even protecting. It is a joke. It is a joke. You know, back in the day, Brian Dawkins used to destroy people in the Pro Bowl. Sean Taylor, same thing. They used to have some pride. Now, it's all about not getting hurt. And hey, look, I understand. Nobody wants to get hurt. I get it. But to try to pretend or go out and play half tackle or flag football, you're not fooling anybody. You're better off just having the game scrapped completely, okay? Scrap the game, have your AFC, NFC Pro Bowl rosters, do a couple skill competitions, and call it a day. Get rid of the game because it's a horrible product to watch. And to be quite honest with you, nobody's watching it. Nobody cares. Oh, maybe Mark Holmes, because he thinks that he's still counting sacks and interceptions from Diggs and Parsons. It still counts towards their stats, apparently. So, nobody wants to watch it. Don't fool us with bad product. You know what I'm saying? Just scrap it. It's not like the old days where they actually played. Okay, they actually hit. All right? That's the first thing I got to say. Had to get that off my chest. Now I'm getting ready to go watch my man Joel Embiid just destroy the Chicago Bears. Game starting soon. But we did have a little bit of Eagles breaking news I kind of wanted to get into really quick. And that is Jonathan Gannon, who was one of the finalists for the Houston Texans job, is out. He's out. He's gone. He has been cut from the finalists. And I think I know Flores is still one of the candidates. He's one of the guys. And then I think, who else is the other one? I forget. But basically, Jonathan Gannon's out. So the Houston Texans disappoint me yet again. And Jonathan Gannon looks like he will be back at the Eagles as the Eagles defensive coordinator, unless the Eagles decide to fire him or can him. But I can't see that happening. You know what I mean? Maybe just what we could wish. Maybe they were waiting to see if he got hired so it wouldn't hurt his job opportunities if they fired him. Now that he's not going to be going anywhere, maybe they'll fire him. But I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Which means we've got to basically have a defensive coordinator who I hate the scheme for, who I absolutely hate the philosophy of. The bend, don't break. I don't like it. But the question becomes, how do you fix it? How do you make his defense get to a point where they can play, they're good? I'm not concerned about what people may say, oh, well, this statistic here and this statistic here, that statistic here. What I'm concerned about is when you go up against good quarterbacks, they throw for over 80% completion percentage. When you go into the first half of games, you don't get pressure, and the quarterbacks have all day. No way in hell, okay, back in the day, would Buddy Ryan, Jim Johnson especially, if you go look at Jim Johnson's record against the young quarterbacks, it was ridiculous. But yet, guys like Heineke, I call him Heineken, Zach Wilson, these guys go out, struggle all year, come play the Eagles, and they put up great numbers. I don't like the scheme. But if we're going to be stuck with it, the question is, how do you fix it? And this is very simple. Here's what the Eagles have to do. In free agency, you have to find the best fit, best possible defensive end you can get. Get the best guy, maybe a Emmanuel Ogbah, somebody like that, and bring him in, okay? Then in the draft, in my opinion, you have to use at least one first-round pick on a defensive end. So I'm saying you need 2 defensive ends that are going to be playing right away. Now, you're going to get rid of Derek Barnett. You have Josh Sweat, who's playing in the Pro Bowl. He's got 7.5 sacks, and he's in the Pro Bowl. I like Josh Sweat. I don't know that I think he's a Pro Bowl player, but he was an alternate. But he did come on at the end of the year, and he definitely is a guy that you're going to keep, that I want to keep, that I like. But you got Brandon Graham coming back, torn Achilles. Don't know how healthy he's going to be, and he's older. So you need to, and you're going to lose Barnett, so you need to get a defensive end in free agency, and you need to draft one, in my opinion. Because the only way Jonathan Gannon's defense is going to be somewhat successful is going to be if the Eagles get pressure on the quarterback. He doesn't want to blitz. So that means that front four has to do it themselves. So you have to drastically upgrade that defensive line in the offseason. There's no question about it. And I look at this draft, and shout out to Sean Fitzpatrick, because he was thinking exactly what I'm thinking. If I had to guess how the Eagles are going to go in this draft, and I'm going to talk about some trades and stuff coming up tomorrow in tomorrow's video, but if you look at where the Eagles are going in this draft, I have a sneaky suspicion that this is going to be a draft in where they go defensive line and offensive line heavy. I think they're going to go defensive line, offensive line heavy early in this draft, because that's the trenches is where it's at. It's what matters. And I see kind of free agency as where they're going to get skilled position players. So I think they're going to add another, like a second wide receiver, definitely. I think you're going to see maybe a safety, although we're going to talk about Kyle Hamilton tomorrow, because I love the kid. I got to tell you, I love him. But pause. But my point is that the Eagles, I think the way they approach, if you look at, okay, let me put it this way. When you look at the last few years in free agency and the offseason, they seem to use both sides of the ball at different times. So let's say during free agency, they may focus on the defense. During the draft, they focused on the offense. They kind of done that the last few years. I think this year you're going to see skill positions in free agency, and you're going to see heavy offensive defensive line draft for the Eagles. That's what I think they're going to do. They're going to I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Where's my drink? I need a drink. But I'm getting a little bit of cold, and I've gotten about 50 alerts from my kids' schools that they've been in close contact with people who have the you-know-what. And it's like, then my wife, her work is saying, you've been in close contact. This is every day. Every day they're in close contact. Every day I have to go get them. I'm supposed to be getting them tested again. It's crazy. Everybody around me has had it. And yet, here I stand. For whatever reason, I can't get it. I don't know why. My kids don't get it. I don't know. But today I've got a little sore throat, so who the hell knows? Maybe it's my time. But anyways, offensive line, defensive line, I see the Eagles going big time in the draft. I think skill positions more in free agency. So safeties I see in free agency. Wide receiver I see in free agency. Probably a linebacker in free agency. Although if there was ever a time for the Eagles to draft a linebacker, if there ever was a time to draft a linebacker, it's this year. It's this year. You're going to pick 15, 16, and 19. You could literally get, let's say 15. You could get a guy like maybe David Ajabo, right, who I really like. And then you could turn around and get Dean or Lloyd at linebacker. And then you could go get like an offensive lineman or something with the 19th pick, or trade it out for a pick next year. Who knows? I mean, it's going to be a crazy draft. But I really think that the way the Eagles are looking, I really see offensive line, defensive line, heavy draft. I think that's what we're going to get. And then I think you're going to get skill positions in free agency. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All I know is this. If Jonathan Gannon's coming back, if he's coming back, you have to make that line dominating. You have to have a dominating line because of his refusal to blitz and to get pressure and to be aggressive. He only does it in the second half when he has to. By that time, you get guys like Derek Carr are like 22 of 24, okay? Patrick, I mean, all these quarterbacks like over 80% completion percentage. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, okay? We had, I think, 4 games this year. We didn't even allow a punt. Go back and watch the Jets game. Go watch Zach Wilson early in that game. He struggled all year, but he looked like $1 million when he played his defense. That would never, ever happen under Jimmy Johnson. And we got to make sure that it doesn't happen again next year. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. This Pro Bowl game is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. People wanted me to stream. Thank God I didn't stream this. It would have been Philly 500 Nap Fest. These guys aren't even trying. They're not even trying to tackle. They're holding them up. They don't even rush the passer. I think this is a horrible product. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. I want them to go all out or don't play. I can say, oh, okay, here's the NFC roster for the Pro Bowl. Here's the AFC roster for the Pro Bowl. No need to play each other. I'm fine with that. But this is like an insult to me. This is a slap in our face, and I don't like it. Denzel Washington, out.